Forgot. Black Cat Books is shut down now. Whoops. Force of Habit, excuse me. Uh, yeah, I'm really gonna have to get used to that. That like Black Cat Books was such a big part of my brand for such a long time. It's a sad thing to see it go. But I don't know. Maybe it'll come back in some way, shape, or form in the future. Definitely wasn't a decision I made lightly. But all right. So I guess maybe we could like chill a little bit before going into it. Yeah, it's been a while since I did a Rekieta recap. I think because the last couple of times I did it, it was like um, didn't I just kind of went in there and just kind of did whatever. I just kind of like talked about whatever's happening. I think this time we're just gonna like watch a bunch of Alyssa clips and kind of get like a caught up on like the recent happenings over the past couple of weeks or so. Cause I don't know, like I've been kind of out of it over the past couple of weeks. I've been busy. I've been doing things. Like it's the I am not capable of keeping up with like the kind of autism in the sector anymore, right? Like I don't know what Ethan Ralph is doing. I don't know what like Godwinson is doing. I don't know what like the Kino Casino is doing. I don't know what Nick is doing. It's just one of those things where like the only thing keeping me coming back talking about Rekieta, after going out to eat, going out to a bike ride, wanting to go to a bookstore, but finding out it's closed this early on Sundays, wanting to get a cake, but can't get a cake this early either. Like, you know, I have things I want to do. I don't necessarily want to like sit and talk about Rekieta all the time. But yeah, it's been long enough now where I think it's we're about ready to get back into it. So let's see what Nick has to say about this situation.
The whole Vic Mignogna thing started with a
Yeah, it should be a good
misidentification
one.
of
Oops.
Ilyich Guardiola, right?
Hang on. Is my sound right? Yeah, it should be fine. Okay.
The whole Vic Mignogna thing started with a misidentification of Ilyich Guardiola, right? The famous, American dub voice actor who's having sex with a minor that was employed by Funimation that everybody knew about. It was the open secret. That's the actual open secret. It's just that Han Leia, who talked about Vic, was too fucking retarded when she hit her head or whatever, and she mixed up Ilyich Guardiola, who's actually fucking a minor, and then applied that to Vic Mignogna, who wasn't fucking anybody for whatever reason. And Ilyich Guardiola ended up having to ask this girl's parents for consent to marry her and married the minor so that the sex became like legal, I guess. It actually didn't become legal, but she couldn't be compelled to testify against him because she's a minor. Or wait, no, because she's a spouse. There's spousal privilege. And like, you're like, what parent is like, actually, well, you know what? Anime voice actors are a really big deal. I guess I consent. Oh my God, she's on her way to the big time. No, she wasn't. She wasn't ever on her way to the big time. She's on her way to like a trailer with a fucking microphone in a closet with suits hanging, and suits are embarrassing. They're from like, Goodwill or whatever.
What the hell does that mean? All right. The more he speaks about this, the more I loathe him for ever getting involved. Vic was having affairs. What is he talking about? He just hasn't assaulted anyone. Nick screwed Vic. So he doesn't even remember the situation he lashed himself onto? Yeah, he's beyond done at this point. I'm curious about that. It does kind of seem that way, doesn't it? With Ty and Nick by his side, poor Vic never stood a chance. In the business world, we call this poople. He drifted into Sargon a little at the end there. I'm confused. This made no sense at all. Yeah, yeah. Oops, that is wait, hang on. That's my channel. Uh
J Rock, no I'm saying, says nice hand movements. Shout out ceiling cats.
no.
You know what the cool part about being in the country is? When you find a stray cat, you just stable it to your ceiling, you got ceiling cats. That's it.
Why is
Brother
he so
Kingo says, does your ceiling cat have a name? I call mine April. Look, my ceiling cat does have a name. It's
Ape?
Ninja. Because you
I call mine Ape. Oh no, that was the super chat. Okay.
can't say nigga on YouTube. And I staple the ninjas to the ceiling. Because when they stop working in the field, These ninjas need to be stable to the ceiling, but you got to check on them from time to time. Maybe you got to give them some peanuts and ask them to invent stuff because ninjas be good at inventing shit with peanuts. Guys, if my ceiling, you know what my ceiling has? If you follow me on locals, you would actually know. It has an unfinished ceiling here in the vault. It's got some good insulation. It's got the fucking rafter running boards and it's got neon lights. A finished ceiling in this gun safe would actually have drywall, probably some soundproofing because right above it is my four-season porch, otherwise known as a sunroom or hot floor room. And if someone was up there right now and I started yelling into the microphone, they'd actually hear me. And that's kind of a problem. I don't want them to do that. I want soundproofing. I want what I say in this room to remain in this room. Like when
Why?
Congress propositions underage children in Colombia because Congress people are pedophiles. All of them.
Is he admitting that he's a pedophile? Like that's just weird to me that he would like come out here and say that.
Like when they do that, like I want soundproofing in here, but it was never done. This ceiling was never finished by the prior owner. So I have an unfinished ceiling. I don't have cats up there, but if I did, it'd be way better. Because we're talking about ceiling cats. It's not a ceiling cat. I'm looking for God in the midst of intoxication. I'm like, if this was an acid trip, I would see you. Can you show up, you motherfucker, while drunk?
What? Like, why is he so upset at the whole? I don't understand why he's so salty about the ceiling cat thing. Like, it's a stupid joke. like, like, come on, bro. Let's see here. He's not beating the ceiling cat allegations. He's becoming a literal mouth breather. He talks like his nose is incapable of taking in air. Ceiling cat's 1, drunk Kata 0. Drink more, you've earned it. That ceiling is closer to completion than any of Nick's promises. Hmm. Man's a millionaire and can't get his ceiling finished. Yeah, it's been a while. I want what I say in this room to stay in this room, he says, as he broadcasts what he says to everyone to hear. Yeah, the implication there, I think, is that he doesn't want his family to hear what he's saying specifically. That's the implication as I understand it. Um, like that was a really weird thing to say, for sure, for sure. Uh, what's the deal with ceiling cats? Why is everything a PDF joke? Where's the joke, Nick? He looks awful. In before Nick runs for Congress. I know, right? The worst part about Rekieta's downfall is that he has become boring. He isn't funny. He isn't crazy. His flavor of random access humor is just boring. I hope Alyssa starts focusing on clipping the other topics she has picked up lately. Those videos are a lot more entertaining than Nick rambling incoherently. Let's see. Uh, I never actually did see the Ceiling Cat clip. Let's see if we can watch it.
Rekieta, I talked about this actually last stream, and I did not do a good job covering it because I was uninformed on what exactly was being discussed. So now that I've rewatched it, I have to show you guys a clip of Commando 1985.
Hey, hold it. I'll be back, Benny.
Oh, no.
John? Are we ready, John?
Oh, no.
Why did I show
No.
you a clip from Commando 1985 starring Arnold Schwarzenegger? Many years ago, 10 years ago, speaking of old wiki forums, there was a moderator called Compy Rex. Compy loved Commando 1985 starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And in chat, Compy Rex would quote this movie continuously. For years, he did. And so, while listening to Rekieta drunkenly threaten a guy named John over and over again, all I could think of in my empty fucking skull was, John, John, I'll be ready, John. Like, just over and over again, continually hearing this clip haunting me in my fucking dreams. Because Rekieta is tired of being made fun of
Oh
by those
no.
damn darn Kiwi farmers. And
Oh
so
no.
he decided that he would epically own the Kiwi farms by characterizing the community as a group of mentally ill, homeless, deranged, unloved people.
Oh
And the way that he
no.
chose to do this has upset far many people than I would have expected. I don't know if it's merely posturing or if people are actually genuinely upset, but there does seem to be like a lot of people who are bothered by what he said. There's a user on the Kiwi Farms named John, who during the Vic Mignogna saga was a big fan of Rekieta, pay pig Rekieta, and tried to talk to Rekieta in private. And during a low point of his life, I'll be charitable, contacted Rekieta and said, Rekieta, I intend to kill myself. I am a loser, Rekieta. I cannot. My family does not love me. My girlfriend doesn't love me, and I'm going through issues, and I'm going to kill myself. And apparently, Rekieta tried to walk him off that ledge, my friend. And he said, "Why don't you call 911?" And then apparently he gave some kind of excuse, like, "Oh, I don't know how to dial it. I'm just so fucked up right now." And he said, "Well, why don't you go get a cab to the hospital?" And he's like, "Well, I don't have money for it." And he said, "Well, how far is the hospital?" He said, 4 miles. And he's like, "Well, you can walk 4 miles to the hospital if you really want to." And he said, "No, I'm a loser or whatever. I'm like, I have issues. I have such bad anxiety. I can't walk down the street 4 miles." And I find this story believable because if you've ever talked to somebody who is in like a genuine like woe is me baiting era, um, people like that tend to reject, or in that state of mind, tend to reject any and all advice. If you try to help somebody who doesn't want to be helped and just wants to whine, um, they will take every single thing that you say and immediately try to find reasons to undermine it or say that it's not applicable to them so that they don't have to work on changing how they feel about things. I don't know if there's a name for this mindset, but it's a thing that you definitely see. So I believe his story. Um, However, what people have taken offense over is that this guy apparently really trusted him, dumped all this woe is me shit on him, and then years later, for no reason other than to try and epically own the Kiwi farms, decided to randomly just dox him and call him out. Um, and I don't know why. He didn't really justify this. He just smugly preened about it on his stream. And I'll play. It's 30 minutes, so but I'll click at like random moments, and he's just like really fucked up, and being an asshole. So let's start at like the first 30 seconds, and then I'll skip ahead, and I'll just keep doing that.
Some of these Kiwi farmers, some of these commentators. Here we go. This is fun. Not only do I know them, do I know their failures? Do I know their social security checks? Do I know their
No.
inability to even contact their own family for help? Do I know their desire to leave their own state? Oh man. Oh man. I cannot fucking imagine being in the place that this man is.
So
he had
there's a thing that he keeps doing in this video, and I have no frame of reference to describe what it is besides to talk about Bossman Jack. And so I will use this as an opportunity to discuss Bossman Jack yet again. Bossman Jack smoked crack. A side effect of crack is that you tend to not sleep because it is a stimulant and it deprives you of sleep. A side effect of not sleeping, which is not combated by crack, is hallucinations. If you stay up for 3+ days, perhaps high on crack cocaine, you may start seeing things that aren't real, particularly bugs for whatever reason. If there are bugs, from what I understand, after 3 days, you start seeing bugs in the peripheral of your vision. For instance, on the ceiling. There's a very interesting clip where Bossman Jack really freaks out. He like jumps and looks up at the ceiling and says, "What the fuck is that?" And never mind, because he saw like an insect or something growing on his ceiling out the corner of his eye as a result of sleep deprivation. Rekieta is doing the same thing. For whatever reason, while pontificating about how big of a loser, John.
Okay, so Null is alluding to Rekieta being high on crack cocaine specifically. I don't know anything about drugs. I can't co-sign that, but I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised.
John, how big of a loser John is, he keeps glancing up at the ceiling as if there is some kind of tentacle monster up there that's glaring at him and staring him down.
Has to go to a YouTube streamer to beg, beg for a shred of attention. Say, please, please, Rackets, I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, man. Begging is embarrassing. I love you. My family hates me. I can't get a job. I'm so mentally handicapped. I can't do anything.
He's wearing his real wedding ring, I think.
What I
Huh.
want to do, I want to die.
Odd.
I want to put a bullet in my mouth, but I can't afford a gun. Texting me this, by the way. I'm like, hey, holy shit. Brother, you want to kill yourself? Like, that's not good. No, I deserve to die. Well, I mean, probably, but seriously, no, that's not good.
Come on.
Can
Watching
you
this
buy
clip
an
is
Uber and go to the hospital? No, I can't afford.
no matter how many times I watch this, I get like more and more disgusted with him. Like, who says this about anybody? It's just
Uber. You can't afford an Uber. Like $8. You can't afford one. Why? I'm on Social Security because we use some piece of shit. But I'm so successful. Oh man, that's fucking embarrassing. Man, that is embarrassing. Right? I'm such a piece of shit. My family hates me. Nobody loves me. I'm just gonna kill myself. You're messaging me. You're texting a fucking YouTuber. Holy.
What is on the ceiling? Is it Ceiling Cat? Hold up. Hold up. Oh my God, that's a funny name.
oh no, so this is where it came from. Okay.
Hold on. I'll let
Ceiling
this play out a
Cat's-
little. I'll skip it. You know what? He's in a good round. I'll let that continue.
Oh my God, man, that's embarrassing. Right, John? You're texting me. And I say, I'm like, holy shit, please don't kill yourself. First of all, you can't
Waldo.
afford the bullets. You've already expressed that. You can't afford the Hardys.
So that's where it came from. It's just Null making like a snide comment about Rekieta being a
The noble
retard.
we have.
Like that's all it is. Like that is the ceiling cat joke that Rekieta has been spurging out about for the past couple of weeks. Right? That's it. Like, oh, Rekieta looks at the ceiling, so oh, what's up there? Ceiling cats? Like why is he so upset about that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, not at all. All right, let's go.
Boo says just going to ignore HR 6090, allowing a foreign Jew entity to violate the First Amendment and make Christianity illegal. It passed the House vote already. Well, I wasn't going to ignore it. Like someone said HR 6090. I'm like, is that the next NVIDIA graphics card? Like, what is, I don't know. And then they're like, it's Jews. And I'm like, oh, well, I've spent my entire life ignoring Jews. Why would I start now? You want me to talk about it? Here. If Congress passes a law that delegates the authority to ban people or suspend people or restrict their speech to a Jewish agency, then fuck Congress, fuck the Jews, and fuck, the Jews who did that, and then fuck everybody involved. First Amendment doesn't stop at Judaism. The Star of David is not a ward on the First Amendment. It's like, oh, your free speech powers don't work here. We got triangles. We got success angles. We got failure angles, but only a few. Triangles are the most. Like I talked about the weird cucking of both sides of the political spectrum to Jew.
I don't understand. Like, his entire channel is about talking about legal topics. Why is he not talking about this very major legal topic? It's just
Jewish interests. I don't get it. I don't get why free speech suddenly ends at like hook noses, slightly curly dark hair, and sandy brown skin. Like, I don't get why Palestinian hatred towards a specific person invalidates any criticism of that person, or why we're unable to say, hey, by the way, the interest rates are too damn high. Like, if you do that, a bunch of Mossad agents show up at your house and they like put you on a chair and they pick you up and they're like, Hava Nagalia, whatever the thing they say.
what?
And then they bounce around on the floor in their robes with tassels until the
What?
floor caves in, the building collapses, and then it's blown up by one guy saying Allahu Akbar who snuck in. Like, that's, I don't know. I don't know what it is specifically about Israel and Judaism that makes all politicians cower in fear. Look, I like the Jews. They're funny people. They're short. They're easily conquerable. Over and over in the Bible, you find out that all you have to do is like just go in there. Like, we win. And God's like, oh, yep. Actually, these motherfuckers screwed up over and over. They keep fucking up. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, oh, you have a king or whatever. Like, I told you not to have a king. You dumb faggots didn't listen. I sent that Moses guy up the mountain to have like this cool rules inscribed on some tablets and shit, like early iPads or whatever. He comes back and you've taken all your gold, which is a lot, by the way, melted that shit out of your 6 million teeth, and then you put it, you made a fucking calf out of it. What are you, Hindu? Like, oh, I love the golden calf. No, why are you doing this? That's not like that's not a proper idol. A proper idol is the American Idol Ryan Seacrest, who is Jesus if he had long hair. Well, if Ryan Seacrest had long hair. God's like, look, I've got backlogs of Jewish mistakes. If you read the goddamn Old Testament, they're like, oh, the land of milk and honey. And I know lead attorney's like, super producers are awesome. He's like, lactate me, baby. Like, so he's there in the promised land.
Why are you not talking about the case, Nick? Like, what is he even doing? I have no idea what he's trying. Like, he's trying to do, his stand-up routine. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Is practicing his stand-up. It's ridiculous.
He's like, give me them Canaanite big titty bitches, and he's sitting there like just with his mouth up, and they're like, they don't show up. And he's like, what's going on, God? And he's like, oh, yeah, well, don't worry. The Jews are coming behind you. Not the old ones. They have to die first. Then all the young Jews get to come in. Once all the old ones die, if COVID didn't happen back then, I guess. Once I kill all the old Jews, including Moses and Aaron and all those other like Levi or whatever, all the old ones with all the names that, like the tribes are named after, they're all going to fucking die. Once they're all dead, all the young Jews with no experience and no idea what they're talking about, except that they chop the hands off women at every instance they can, because that's hilarious, except they can't make sandwiches. But nub sandwiches are good too. The bread gets a little smashed, but they use matzah.
Like, you can't do comedy if you're constantly losing track of your original point, right? So what did we start with? With like the United States government passing an anti-free speech bill. Okay. How did that go? Like we started talking about the Jewish people, we started talking about the Bible, we started talking about like all this stuff, and now he's at like, what even was it? Like making sandwiches? Like how do you jump from like 4 different topics to this? It's like that game you would play in school where like you would try to get to a specific Wikipedia page by starting at like another Wikipedia page that had nothing to do with it, right? And try to find your way to your destination as quickly as possible with as few clicks as possible, right? It's like that. Like it's just
So it's not really bread. It's just this cracker anyway. Spread jelly on it and maybe some mint and some like horseradish. It's gross sandwich, juicy, gross. Anyway, and they go into the promised land. They kill all the Canaanites because that's actually funny. And then God's like, I'm just waiting
Funny
for you
how?
to screw up. You know why? Because I have a Nebuchadnezzar, the first N-word. Nebuchadnezzar is going to come in and steal your people. He's not even going to steal the land. He doesn't go into fucking Judea. He's like, I'm going to go into Judea and hang out and take it over. No. He's like, I'm going to go into Judea. They're like, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to kill a lot of people. What else? There's a bunch of these people. I'm going to just take them out of there. You're going to leave it vacant? Have you seen all the stories about the New York and California squatters? You're the first N-word. You can't have squatters. That's Section 8, bitch. You'll never get them out of there.
what? That doesn't make any sense.
It's like, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to take a bunch of these Jews out of here. We're going to take them over there. 400 years. Do you know why? Do you guys remember why the Jews got fucking cucked for 400 years by the Babylonians? The Babylonians. They belong on a Subway sandwich with 2 other meats. The Babylonians cucked the Jews for 400 years. Do you remember why? Because God's like, you don't need a king. You got me, baby. And they're like, no, actually, we want a king. He's like, well, all right, I guess. Take note to self. These guys are fucking dumb. The Lord of creation tells him by words, you don't need a king. And they're like, no, give us a king. Well, everybody else is a king. But why would you want one of those? They're terrible. Let all the other fucking idiots get screwed over by kings. I'm God. I'm going to protect you. And they're like, no, give us a king instead. And they're like, here you go. Here's Saul. And then David, and then like a Solomon or whatever, who's like, Solomon's like, I'm just going to get rich and fuck bitches and build a temple. And then the Babylonians come in. They just win automatically. It's like, oh, 400 years of exile. Fuck you guys. God, why'd you do this to us? It's like, I didn't. I told you not to have a king. If you didn't have a king, you would have won. The first N-word takes over. It's a weird thing. Why can't we criticize Jews, though? Like, why is that a problem? God criticized.
What did that have to do with criticizing Jews? Like, what did any of that have to do?
them more than anybody else. Read the Old Testament. They have a rocky existence, and every time God tweets, it's like, trolling you guys hard fucking core. Who do you want to get conquered by next? And then Jews, a remarkably patriarchal society. God has a whole book about how a woman Jew is the one who saves all of them. Esther, right? One of the funniest books of the Bible, by the way. You guys should all read it. It's slapstick comedy, physical.
Wait. Is it actually funny, or is it like Nick's style of funny? Like, I don't know my scripture very well, so.
Comedy. Robin Williams could have played the one like Xerxes' assistant who gets hanged at the end, which makes it very appropriate to be Robin Williams. But he also he trips and falls
Wait, what?
The end, which makes it very appropriate. The one like Xerxes' assistant who gets hanged at the end, which makes it very appropriate to be Robin Williams. But he also
wasn't Robin Williams electrocuted? Like, is that right? I don't think he hung himself. I don't think he. No.
He trips and falls like Shaq, and instead of dunking, he shoves his face into Esther's vagina while Xerxes is out of the room. This story is in the Bible. It's not even fake. This is the actual story. Xerxes leaves the room for 10 seconds, and the guy who's about to get executed by hanging for the gallows he built for the fucking Jew named Malachi, who's the uncle of Esther, who saved Xerxes' life like 10 years ago from some sort of assassination plot. And Xerxes is like, oh, I owe you my life. And he's like, yeah, I'm a Jew. You owe all the Jews. He's like, I don't like Jews or whatever. So this guy, is it Malachi? I think it's Malachi. He fades into obscurity while Esther's up there being the #1 concubine because she's got that sweet, sweet Jewish twat. And Xerxes is pounding it out on the reg because he's got a whole harem, but he's like, Esther's really fucking hot, though. So she must have been like that one chick from Black Swan, the Jewish one, Natalie Portman. She must have been like Natalie Portman or the other one who was Wonder Woman, I guess. I mean, like the hottest Jew you can imagine because Xerxes has a contest because his wife leaves him for the black guys. This is in the Bible. His wife, Xerxes, the Persian king of the fucking world, whose wife is like, I'm on top of the world. I'm the greatest woman ever. She's like, but Xerxes is boring. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go cuck Xerxes with a bunch of fucking black guys. All I have to do is saunter a little bit.
So I knew it. I was wondering why Nick was so enthusiastic about this book of the Bible. This explains it. Assuming this is accurate, which I imagine it is, but I'll have to look into it for sure.
Southwest, and I'm in the Horn of Africa. And by horn, I mean 25-inch black penis. And she's getting just railed out. And Xerxes is like, this is the most embarrassing thing in my entire life. I'm the king of the fucking world. The known world is here, but the known world knows that these black guys have, and my wife just went to him. And Xerxes is like, what the fuck am I going to do? I'm going to have a contest to find a hotter bitch because that disloyal bitch is now being spit roasted like a rotisserie, right? She's rotating around on North Africans. And Xerxes is like, this is so embarrassing. If this gets out, I have to have a better story. So it's a contest for the most beautiful women. He sends people everywhere. He's like, find the hottest bitches you can. They bring back Esther. They're like, shh, Esther, don't tell them you're a Jew. Why? They have ovens. Oh, shit, I heard that story's bad. So she doesn't tell him she's a Jewess. She goes to the goddamn concubine thing. She wins the Miss America pageant. Xerxes like, she's great, wonderful, very dark hair.
Wouldn't it be Miss Persia? Whatever.
Not what I'm into. a little less European than I like, but she's got some good features. She's got some wonderful features, a little bit Yiddish for my taste. And she doesn't work on Saturdays, which means the grinding's a little lower. But I got to grab another one. I have plenty more where they came from. You know, the backups when the bleeding tent happens. And Esther becomes the number one hoe of Xerxes. The Bible's like, this is the greatest Jewish woman that's ever existed. The side hoe of Xerxes while his wife's getting fucked by black guys. And her uncle saves Xerxes from getting assassinated. But then some guy's like, hey, Xerxes, I'm your number one in command. What do you want me to do? He's like, I don't know, do whatever you want. He's like, I'm going to pass an edict, Xerxes. What's your edict? There's these Jews. Have you seen their houses and all their stuff? It's cool. I have this great edict. I'm going to pass an edict that says, kill whatever Jew you want. Go into his house and take his stuff because you just can. It's like, Xerxes like, why would you do this? Like, I don't understand how this advances the kingdom. He's like, you don't understand how to advance the kingdom? It's funny. This one guy's going to do it again several years from now. I think his name is Adolfo or whatever. He's got hair down to here like an emo band or whatever, and this little mustache like he's a metal band that failed. And he can't grow a mullet or whatever. So that guy's going to do it again, but I'm going to do it first. I'm going to say, you just go kill all these guys. And you just get, if you kill them, you get to take all the stuff in their house, this is a great plan. And so Xerxes is like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. What I'm doing is banging this not Jewess named Esther. And so he's over there. This guy goes around killing all the Jews. He's about to kill Malachi. And then Esther's like, oh, hey, Xerxes, by the way, my husband,
I really, really want to start like reading this book of the Bible just to see how accurate it is to like Rekieta's description of it. Like you can tell like what his interest in it is. Like the wife cucking him for like cucking the emperor or whatever for black men. Like you can tell just how enthusiastic he was at the idea.
Malachi, he saved your life. You remember that guy? What would you do to the guy who's going to kill that guy? Who's going to hang him from this cool, like, giant gallows he built? Because they hang Jews because Emmett Till wasn't around yet. So he's, like, going to hang Malachi. And Xerxes is like, wait, so this guy's going to kill the guy who saved my life? So, yeah, what would you do to that guy? I'd kill him. Oh, you better go find that guy. So Xerxes storms out of the room. So then the guy who's going to kill Malachi is right there in the room with Esther. And he goes to plead to Esther. He's like, you got to talk to Xerxes. This is a very Jewish story, but you got to bear with me. He's like, you got to talk to Xerxes. You got to tell him. I didn't want to do this. Like, save me, save me. And as he's walking forward towards her to prostrate himself before the Jew lady that he would have killed her uncle or whatever, he trips on his robe and he stumbles and falls face first into her vagina. This is a Bible story, and I'm not joking about literally any of this. Falls face first into her vagina, and Xerxes walks back in. Remember, this guy just got cucked by the Northern Africans, all of them at the same time. And he's like, what the fuck? I'm gone for 10 seconds, and you are trying to bed my wife by shoving your face into her fucking vagina.
I thought she was
like
a concubine.
mask. And he takes the guy and he hangs him from the gallows to Malachi.
Wasn't she a concubine, though? Like, going by Rekieta's description of it? Like, was that a Freudian slip? Like, my wife, like, is cheating on me? Like,
guy was supposed to be hung from that this guy built. And it's the greatest Jewish story ever told. That's a real story. It's in the Bible. I don't remember why I got on this story, but I fucking love the Book of Esther. So
he doesn't remember why he got onto this. Wow. He can't even remember what brought this on. You know, like, wow. Unbelievable.
I don't remember why I got on this story, but I fucking love the Book of Esther so much that I cannot stop talking about it. I cannot stop talking about the Book of Esther because that is what happens. It's not a long book. Go check it out. Second greatest. Wait, you think the story of Jesus beats that story? I'm sorry, Jesus. Take a back seat. You can ride in the limo. You don't have to drive it. You sound like an insane person. Read the Bible out loud and you will also sound like an insane person. I love that story. Anyway, that was about gun purchases being linked to credit cards in Colorado. This is my favorite part of YouTube streaming and Rumble streaming. It's like How did you get on this tangent about Esther and Xerxes or whatever? Was it wait? Was she really spinning around on a rotisserie like two black Africans? Hi, yeah, I guess. How'd you get on there? Well, Colorado implemented some laws where credit card companies have to put special codes on the purchase of guns so the government and private entities can track gun purchases that are done.
Yeah, probably. Like I've looked into like a little bit of American Beauty. I still haven't seen that yet either. But like I have seen like some video essays on it, and yeah, like it's weird how he pushes this idea that like Kevin Spacey's character is some like enlightened individual who's just pursuing his own like happiness or whatever. Like to me that's like completely at odds with what the film is supposed to be about.
Done by credit card.
But of course, I've never
That's how
seen
he
it, so
got
I really can't like. I keep getting told that I should see it so I can like start like reviewing Nick's take on it. But yeah, I haven't gotten around to it yet. Maybe this weekend. We'll see.
the fact that Xerxes, the giantest cuck in the entire history of humanity, uh, killed the guy who was going to kill the guy who saved him. Xerxes never really figured out that Esther was a Jew until way later. Oh, wait. I know the other reason I brought up that story. It's so funny. Someone was talking about, it was House Bill 6090 or whatever, the best graphics card ever, about like not being able to talk about the Jews.
You remember that stupid graphics card joke he made, but not the actual. Wow, that is stupid. That is ridiculous.
And the meme is like if you tell the story of the Jews selling Jesus to Pontius Pilate and saying, kill this motherfucker and send me the serial killer Barabbas or whatever, that like that would be anti-Semitic. And I don't understand why the Jews telling the Romans to kill Jesus for literally no reason because Pilate couldn't find him guilty of anything and saying, actually, no, give us the strangler rapist Barabbas instead of Jesus and kill this guy instead. Like, why is that anti-Semitic? Why would it be anti-Semitic to suggest that the Jewish elders and the leaders in what was that town? It came down from Mount Olive, goes in, was Nazareth or whatever? It wasn't Nazareth. It was somewhere else. But he goes, he like rides down on a donkey because that's gay. He rides down in, he gets the Palm Sunday thing, and then like a week later, they're like,
Oh yeah, sure. Because like you should come down in like a Ferrari or something, in a Ford Mustang GT 5000. Like shut the fuck up, Nick.
oh yeah, no, actually, here, Romans, will you please crucify this fucking guy because he's an asshole? And they're like, and Pilate's like, what's his crimes? And they're like, oh God, look at him. He's like tall or whatever, and he's got hair and shirtless. I'm sure he's got a robe and he walks around in sandals. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he criticized this or whatever. And Pilate's like, I don't want to kill this guy. And they're like, well, give us somebody else. Like, I'll take Barabbas and you can just kill this guy. And Pilate's like, you know what? A Jew's a Jew. And so he goes to kill Jesus because the Romans were like that. Like, let's not forget the Romans are funny here too. It's like, well, I don't want to kill the, like, I'm going to kill a Jew. So you got to, if I'm going to kill Jesus, you got to have me not kill a different Jew that I was going to kill. That's what everybody gives Pilate a pass here. He's like, oh, he washed his hands of it. Pilate, he's like, I don't want to kill this one. But you like wanted to kill another one until they gave you a replacement Jew. That's like turning Barabbas in for warranty parts and getting Jesus on the crucifixion. That's not better, Pilate. But they're like, it was the Jews who did it. Well, I mean, the Jews did do it. Like, they're like, no, we want the murder rapist, not the king of us. Like, that guy sucks. Put him on the cross instead. And he's like, well, look, Jew's a Jew, even fair trade. Is a barter economy on executions in Rome going on these days? Like, I don't understand how that works, but Pilate justified it. And he said, no, he's like, no, I'm a good governor. So he does. He's like, well, I'll send this one away. I'll take this other Jew. I don't care what their names are. Put him on the cross, and we'll call him the king of the Jews. That's even funnier. It's a better kill than the guy who like strangles Jew women. Like, we'll put the king of the Jews up there. And Pilate's like, yeah, fine, whatever. And the other Jews are like, yeah, this is great. Yeah, kill that guy. Why? I don't know. Torture him first, though. Put a crown of like shit on his head. Like, pokey shit, not like gross shit. That's nasty. We're not into that. That's not kosher. But put a stabby shit on his head. That's fine. I'll poke him with a spear or whatever. Break his knees and shit.
Wait, really? His wife was banging black guys before their vacation? Really? Oh wow, I'll have to look at that. Like, has Alyssa not clipped it yet? I definitely want to see that. If that's true.
Shit. You make it the worst kind of execution for no reason that anybody can discern while reading the Passion. Like, Pilate's like, I can find no fault in this man. They're like, yeah, give us Barabbas and kill this guy instead. He's like, oh, okay, fair trade. And then he's like, oh, not only crucify him, but crucify him worse than everybody else. And you're like, this N-word Pilate. That's a cold motherfucker. That's a cold ass honky, right? Like you're like, damn, how Greek are you? Well, he wasn't Greek. He wasn't sweating at the time. He's Roman, so he's Italian. This fucking pepperoni is here, putting Jesus on a cross like nastily. And we're like, oh no, this Pilate guy is fine. It's just the Jews who are the problem. But the Jews were the problem though, because like they brought Jesus and he was faultless before them. I was out of liquor. This is a side tangent, but seriously, do you guys ever read some of these books? Classic stories. The Bible's ripe with classic stories, obviously. And you go, you know what? I remember being young and going, this makes sense. But then you're old. And you're like, hold on. Give me a second. Pilate did what now? Pilate did what now? What's wrong with him? Nothing. Well, I can't kill this guy. Well, give us the other guy and kill this guy and said, all right. Oh, when we kill him, we're going to do the worst thing possible to him. Like worse than the other stuff we do. You're like, why is that? Why did that happen? And why are we like, yeah, it's the Jews, not Pilate? Look, all I'm saying is Jews who killed Jesus are bad, but so are Romans, which are Italians. But here's the deal. They've passed anti-Semitism bills in the House. It's HR 1690, right? HR 1690. And we see the criminalization of quote-unquote anti-Semitism being passed.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll check the channel again when we're done with the clips we have up and see if she uploads them while we're streaming this.
Around like Esther and the fucking harem. Not good. Not good at all. So we go, what the fuck's happening here? Because why can't we anti-Semitic? I don't want to be anti-Semitic. I mean, I might happen to be from time to time, but I'm not trying. Like, I like Jews as much as the next Pilate. So we have HR 1690, an act to provide for the consideration of a definition of anti-Semitism set forth by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance. Oh, well, that's going to be the best definition, the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance. Hey, I hope you guys know.
Ooh.
I hope you guys know that the Holocaust happened. There's an alliance to help you remembrance the Holocaust in case you forgot. Now, I know it's easy to forget the Holocaust. I know, because like you're never told about it. You have no idea like what happened. You're like, what Holocaust? I don't know what a Holocaust. I have no idea. But the Holocaust, the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, they're there to help you out. For the enforcement of federal anti-discrimination laws concerning education programs or activities, and for other purposes. Short title, this act may be cited as Anti-Semitism Awareness Act of 2023. That's AAA. Sense of Congress. Congress does not have common sense. They have sense that is all too uncommon. It is the sense of Congress that Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This is the Martin Luther King, the Black People Act. Prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin in programs and activities receiving federal financial assistance. Okay, cool. But Jews aren't a race, a color, or national origin necessarily, right? Jews are a religion. Now you can say ethnic Jews, but that's ethnic Jews. That would be race. Color, I'm not sure what color Jews are under the law. And national origin, not all Jews are from Israel. But we can name 120 countries we're not from. While such title does not cover discrimination based solely on religion, and we have to ask why. Why doesn't the Civil Rights Act prohibit discrimination based solely on religion? It's kind of crazy. Individual.
I need to get a refill of water. Excuse me. My setup makes it difficult to get up. Up. All right. Back to the grind.
Individuals who face discrimination based on actual or perceived shared ancestry or ethnic characteristics do not lose protection under such title for also being members of a group that share a common religion. Okay, so if they're perceived as ethnic Jews, they are ethnic Jews, I guess, because they're religious Jews. Discrimination against Jews. It says Jew. Why does it say Jews? I always feel like Jews is kind of a dirty word. Like it's an offensive word. Like it's like should we say Jewish people or whatever in Congress? Not at the falafel house. May give rise to a violation of such title when the discrimination is based on race, color, or national origin, which can include discrimination based on actual or perceived shared ancestry or ethnic character. Yes! Yes! Oh, fuck you, bitches. I'm so happy. Oh my God. I support this law unequivocally.
Wait, what?
My fullest circumcised support for this law. Fuck you all. This law needs to pass. Actual or perceived shared ancestry or ethnic characteristics. Hey,
No.
are you a Jew?
Uh,
Yes. Yes, I am. From now on, I am eating nothing but unleavened bread.
So wait, does he think that like being able to pass as a Jew will get protect him from getting criticized from kiwi farms? Is that what he's trying to say here?
Unleavened
What
bread.
am I watching?
Hell yeah. Fuck you guys. Call me a Jew one more time. I'm going to federal government your ass. Oh, yeah. Woo. I'm going to perm my hair and dye it blacker.
Yeah. So Josh better look out. Nick's gonna send the feds after him.
Just so I can be even more Jewish. I'm going to get rhinoplasty to bring this bump to here, baby. You are going to get Jewed into oblivion, motherfuckers. I want the federal government to pass this so bad. I've got a bone to pick with everybody in chat. All of y'all. Don't throw leavened bread at me. is a policy of the United States to enforce such title against prohibited forms of discrimination rooted in anti-Semitism as vigorously as against all other forms of discrimination prohibited by such title. Wait a minute. This lowers the standard because enforcement against anti-Semitism is higher than all other forms of discrimination. As noted in the U.S. National Strategy to Counter Anti-Semitism issued by the White House on May 25th, 2023, there's a U.S. National Strategy to Counter Anti-Semitism. Why? Okay, real talk. Why? Why is there? To me, we have a problem, right? This looks like a violation of the Establishment Clause. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion. So Judaism is a religion, right? But the Jewish people are not all necessarily Jewish religiously. However, doesn't this respect the establishment of a national religion effectively? We're going to say the government is specifically single out Judaism. I know it's the ethnic version of Judaism, but the presumption is that ethnic Jews are also Jewish. So here we go. It is critical to increase awareness and understanding of anti-Semitism, including its threat to America. Let me say this openly, and this is a weird thing to say. I don't want to be like one of those fucking right-wing grifters who's like, I'm going to say the riskiest thing you can say on television.
What? Like,
but you guys tell me, is it risky to say this? Anti-Semitism is a 0% threat to America. 0. Anti-Semitism is not a threat to America at all. None. 0% threat to America. Increase awareness and understanding of anti-Semitism, including its threat to America. Anti-Semitism in no way threatens America.
yeah, we got that, Nick. You said it 3 times.
I feel like, look, I like Jews. I like them. I like the Jewish people. I like Jews. I'm really mad at Jesus sometimes, and I want to kill him too. But like,
Wait, what? Huh? Like, huh? That is just what? I
like Jews. I like them. I like the Jewish people. I like Jews. I'm really mad at Jesus sometimes, and I want to kill him too. But like, I like
really, fucking really.
Jews. Anti-Semitism is 0 threat to America. Why are we talking about this as if it's a threat? Improve safety and security for Jewish communities. Wait, how do you have Jewish communities in America? I thought we didn't do that. Reverse the
Okay. Goes to show you how little he knows about them, but yeah.
normalization of anti-Semitism and counter anti-Semitic discrimination, and expand communication and collaboration between communities, whatever that means. First of all, is anti-Semitism being normalized? What is normalization of anti-Semitism?
You have like anti-Israeli protests at like the college. I passed by one today. Okay, there were people out there at like 8 o'clock in the morning today. Okay, like to say anti-Semitism is not on the rise in America is just straight up delusional. Okay, like it is crazy the shit I've been seeing like lately.
Mean. What is it? How do you normalize anti-Semitism? If there's anti-Semitism that is so prevalent that they need a law about it, I think it was already normalized, right? This is actually wildly interesting to me because I'm looking.
Is he that much out of touch? Does he not know what's going on in college campuses right now? Like, it's just
At this thing going, there are problems with this. You cannot do this. One, like everybody's focusing on, well, this violates free speech. I'm like, this is respecting the establishment of religion. This is to take anti-Semitism off the table and root Judaism in American culture as a protected superseding class.
He thinks he's playing chess with God when he's really playing Dance Dance Revolution with the devil. Let's see. Listening to Nick Rekieta is like listening to a cop at Denny's. You really get to see why he was not allowed to teach Sunday school at his former church. Yep. A lawyer that cares so much about free speech, not keeping tabs on the new U.S. law that specifically targets free speech is plain embarrassing. It really is a crazy person's stream of consciousness. Narcolepsy medicine is a hell of a drug. When the Chris Tran-esque random ass humor is somehow more aggravating than the hearsay. Yeah, that is really annoying. Whatever stimulant he's on, it's too much. This is the longest sentence I've ever heard in my life. This guy is teaching children. Nick thinks he's Robin Williams, and it's cringe AF. He is painfully unfunny. I really want to read the Book of Esther now. Like I think I am gonna like whip it out and see if we can see if we can find it.
Andrew Sun
Probably not on stream though. I might do a review. Okay.
Does it sound like Rekieta Lassa was saying he knew of evidence Monty is a pedophile last stream? Not smart. No, I said that I have reason to believe, a reasonable belief based on things he has said and done. That's not smart. What are you talking about? Do you have any idea how defamation of a public figure works? Do you realize a Montegraph? I've no.
Is Montegraph a public figure though? He doesn't have like yeah, he's a YouTube troll. Okay. That doesn't make you a public figure, okay? Like I don't think what I do makes me like a public figure. Like unless you're like a top tier YouTuber with like, over 100,000 subs, I don't think that you can be classified as a public figure. Right? Like I don't think that's how that works.
No reason to believe that his online reputation that's existed for a decade is wrong. He's never given me any reason. He just said, no, Nick, you can't believe you said it. Well, you can't believe that anybody said it for 10 straight years, but they all said it. You've never provided me a reason to not believe it.
Bro, like I've had like really weird allegations thrown at me, okay? Like there was a story I wrote that like some people fooled themselves into thinking was about like an underage girl getting raped, right? But that's not what happens like at all. The girl was in her in her 20s, right? No, she doesn't even get assaulted. No. Yeah, she was in her 20s, but she doesn't get raped. So like the whole like controversy was just ridiculous to me. Like I had no idea what people were talking about when they were bringing that up. Like, oh, he writes rape fan fiction about underage girls. That's not what happened. Like it's like
So, okay. I just marveled at this shit. Let's see. Nick loves free speech. Says, Nick, do you think Mark Randazzo would fight for Montegraph's freedom of speech to make fun of you until you lie about him? I have never sued Montegraph nor asked him to stop talking about me. All I've ever said about Montegraph is he's an unhinged retard who probably likes sucking little cock based on 10 years.
okay. Wait, so what was his claim there? That he
All I've ever said about Montegraph is he's an unhinged retard.
I You've said a lot more than that. Okay? Like it's trying to downplay what you said. Yeah, this has been widely documented at this point, but like Nick handled this case very, very poorly.
Who probably likes sucking little cock based on 10 years of history, based on his own responses, based on the entire internet calling him a pedophile, based on his snuff films.
Bro, you can't
which are
take like
intended to convey a minor being sexually and physically assaulted by an anti-hero protagonist who holds a camera. The Umbrella Man or whatever. Not to be confused with the Umbrella Guy. The Umbrella Tug is my dude. The Umbrella Man is a weird
Bro, 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 bro.
fictional
Bro, bro,
character.
I would argue that like there's more evidence for Raging Golden Eagle being a pedophile than there is for Monograph. Like this is a guy who will go on stream and like start talking about how much he wants to bang lolicons and shit like that. Like, it's just like okay, bro.
They're created by Montagraph, whose job is
I bring it up because like Raging Golden Eagle was an ally of Nick's at one point, which is why I think that's significant.
to torture the presumably underage character of an overage actress. Like that's all admitted. But the scene is so disturbing that it bothers people because they wonder how old the actress is. They wonder how old the character is. And obscenity is not limited to the actors and actresses' age. You cannot present as a specific minor in some of these productions. So we go, what is he? Who is he? Is he representing that he's someone else? Is this person becoming a knowable actual person in their character? What's going on? Do we need to investigate further? Do we need to just arrest this weirdo? I looked at Montagraph's cases in the commentary and they go, wait, people called you like a pedophile and a child molester and you sued him and you lost. Is that because you are? I don't know. Probably. But I don't need to lie about it. There's plenty of internet around here that I can go, yeah, this guy's a fuck up. This guy's weird. I can come to my opinion that this guy probably is gross. Maybe wants to touch kids. Maybe wants to suck little cocks. Maybe he's just a pedophile straight out. I don't know. But I've got no reason to disbelieve it. And I've got over a decade of history that says, yeah, actually, though. And I go, holy fuck, this guy's weird. And then he's sitting there talking about killing me in a parking lot. Fuck that guy. What duty do I owe him? What duty is it that I owe him that I failed in? I can't think of anything. But yeah, Mark Randazzo would absolutely defend Montagraph's right to make fun of me. Here's the kicker. If Montagraph made fun of me, called me a bunch of crazy shit or whatever, he wanted to hire a defamation lawyer against me, I'd hire me, you dumb bag. I'll defend you. Like, Montagraph gets to say, I've never tried to stop Montagraph from saying what he wants. The one opposed to free speech is Montagraph. He created all kinds of memes. Montagraph literally said he would come to my local gas station while I'm pumping gas and police aren't there and self-defense me before I could call the police.
What?
That's what Montagraph said. Like, that's there.
What?
Go check the drummer video on it. I'm not the only person that Montagraph.
Yeah, I don't know how true any of this is. I've learned not to trust Nick, but
didn't death threat or whatever. He talks over and over about going to the places where people are. He talks about knowing where they are, about causing them problems and consternation that result in financial conflict. He talks about all of those things. He says, we're going to come down there. We're going to ruin you. We're going to kill you before the police get there. And you're like, you're going to kill me before the police get there? Not if my right leg works and I kick you in the fucking dick until you die, you pussy. Like, he says these things, and then you go, what are you, some kind of pedophile? I kind of look like an underage, like my butt's little. Monograph's like, that's what I like. I like that little butt on a big man. I like that tall man with a little butt that looks underage. That's Monograph right there. Direct, 100% unironic quote. There's no sarcasm or satire here. Monograph 100% said, Nikki, when I look at that booty on your buttocks.
is this more defamation? I can totally see why Monograph had to come after him. Like I've been pro Monograph for a long time, but this kind of solidifies it. Like holy shit.
All I see
I have not been following the case at all, and yet I know this is like complete crap.
is an underage buttocks I want to rape. That's what Monograph
What?
said. Direct quote
What?
from him. Unironic. No jokes or anything
You know it's bad when like Alyssa has to censor it. Like ooh.
else. Definitely said that. Go back to the tape. It was on a March 14th or whatever. March 14th, Montegraph said that on my show, 100%. There's no lying or exaggeration or satire or anything else here. It's literally just Montegraph saying he wants to fuck my ass because it looks like an underage ass. That's what he said. I don't know.
What?
Guy's weird. He eats room temperature shrimp. You talk.
Okay, is there a clip of this? Because I can guarantee you that did not happen. Okay? Like, that did not happen. Like, Monograph should bring that up in court. That, like, Nick is still making up statements about things he said. Like it's just.
Talks about chicken deliveries from semi trucks, which may be code words for he's a. I'm not sure, but that's who he is.
Ooh.
He's a weirdo. But I've never backed down from what I said about Monograph. There's plenty of internet to back it up. I have no reason to disbelieve it. I didn't at the time I said it, and I certainly don't now. It's amazing. If Montegraph thought I should disbelieve what I said, all he has to do, maybe, I mean, all he has to do is try and convince me that what I said was wrong or a lie or maybe a misrepresentation. I go, yeah, sure. Like, you want me to retract it? Okay. He never has. He's never said, oh, well, here, I'll provide you the reason that it's wrong. He says, take it down. I don't like that you said I want to fuck little kids. Monty, why don't you just tell me why you don't want to fuck little kids anymore or whatever? Okay, here we go. Nick loves free peach says, Nick, do you still think Monograph is a child molester who should be shot? Yeah, sure. He's never given me reason to think that he's not.
So, like, you're saying that this guy should be killed, but because you think he's a pedophile. Like, come on, Nick.
Thinking someone should be shot, by the way, is not a threat. Should be shot. I don't want anybody to shoot someone, but should they be shot? Sure. Tons of people. Do you think Monograph is a pedophile who should be shot? Has he given me any reason to believe otherwise? No. None. It's amazing because, like, you'd think, like, you're like, no, actually, like, if we're going to go to trial, I want to show you the evidence that I'm not this thing that you say. There's this and this and this. Will you please retract? Will you please take back your statements? Let's take it down. Let's be amicable. Maybe give me some compensation. Never done it. Never done it. Why? I don't know. You draw your own conclusion. Do you still think because someone said it that it allows you to say it? Okay, here's the thing. Here's how defamation works. It's not that someone says it, therefore it allows you to say it. It's that you have a reasonable belief that what you're saying is not false. It's not that someone said Montegraph is a pedophile. It's that a lot of people suggested Montegraph is a pedophile. Montegraph has not sufficiently countered that he's a pedophile. And when confronted by the fact that his photography business took pictures of underage nude models, he didn't say no.
Come on, this is ridiculous. Non-practicing strip mall lawyer has it all figured out. He's looking more and more like a ghoul. He's got more of a problem with one of Montegraph's weird home movies than he does with cuties. Yeah, I know. I have noticed that. He has never lied. How did the lawyer who I thought was tried and based during the Rittenhouse trial turn out to be whatever this is? Sad, pathetic. So much coping and seething, plus lawyer fees in the six figures just because he refused to take L and apologize to Monty. It was and still is beneath him. His pride can't handle it. It's weird how he claimed for months that well-known voice actor Vic Mignogna was not a public figure, yet now he's claiming that some obscure internet retard called Montegraph is one. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I don't think Montegraph is a public figure. Okay,
Hopefully.
Let's see. Ha! Yeah. I mean, like, no, Nick, I am not concerned. I don't believe Nick, like, is molesting his own children. Like, I believe they're being neglected, but I don't think Nick himself is doing the molesting. Like, I think Drexel will, though. Like, that's my thing. Like, that's always what I've maintained, is that, like, I think Drex is like going to do like the 18-year wait. Like, that's what he's been doing this entire time, is waiting for the daughters to hit the big 18. And yeah, that's what I expect to happen, to be completely bluntly honest with you. Like Nick's gonna get like Drexed. Like it's just
Nick hasn't wrecked his own home. Oh my God, buddy. If you're a husband and a father who hasn't wrecked their own home a million times, are you even husbanding and fathering?
what?
Do you know how to do like a relationship in life? Relationships are not about a perfect harmony and unison of two people or more. It is about the
Or more? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Nick. Wait, wait, what? What did he mean by this? Like, I, huh?
relationships are not about a perfect harmony and unison of two people or more. It is about
Oh, no. No, Nick, no. Oh, not this polyamory shit. Like, come on, Nick. You all know how this ends. Like, no. No, Nick, no.
the melding of divergent ideas into one cohesive thing, but that involves pain, that involves argument, it involves disagreement and suffering, it involves compromise, it involves working together. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, great relationships. They don't have Wait, you don't have fights? You have to fight. You will fight. Fight for yourself. Fight for who you are. Fight for what you believe. Your spouse, your partner respects who you are. They married the
So, was he was he fighting with Lady Rackets over like wanting to swing? Is that what he's admitting to here? It's just
person that you are. Your children grew up knowing the person that you are and your spouse, by the way. And you need to respect your spouse because you married them too. You watched them grow and become what they are as well. So if you aren't going to fight for you and you aren't going to fight for them and you aren't going to fight for the right thing when your children or your spouse are retardedly wrong,
Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what?
you aren't going to fight for you and you aren't going to fight for them and you aren't going to fight for the right thing when your children or your spouse are retardedly wrong.
Okay. So, what is he admitting to here?
What kind of person are you? If you're a man and a husband in a relationship, you go, oh, I don't want to fight with my wife, so I won't stand up for what's important. How can you be, quote unquote, the head of your household, as Jesse Lee Peterson would say? He's right, though. Are you the head of your wife? Are you the head of your family? Are you the spiritual leader? Are you the physical leader? Oh my God, have you wrecked your home? Yeah, every leader of their household, every good husband has wrecked their home a million times. Of course they have. Because sometimes the other partner needs to be shown what's right. Guess what? Your partner's done it too. Because sometimes you're fucking retarded and they wreck your shit. Your kids are always retarded. The worst part is when you find out your kids are smarter than you. You're like, oh, they're retarded. And you're like, oh, wait, no, actually, they're a better person than me because they listened. I didn't think they were, but they did. It's the worst and best feeling ever. How many
What?
have you? Don't wreck your own home. No, do wreck your own home. Just have a relationship that survives the wreckage and becomes better. Because if you're not in conflict ever, if you're not treating each other as if the person who did the thing to you deserves a little bit of deference for the harm they did, you don't have a relationship. People think you don't harm another person, they don't harm you as a relationship. No, that's a fantasy. Harming each other is part of the fucking gig.
Taking relationship advice from a potentially swinging husband is nearly as dumb as taking legal advice from a non-practicing lawyer. Those poor kids. Alcoholic abuse cycle. Wrecked his own home with his forehead a couple of months ago. Captain Projector at it again. I loathe his character doles out the hard truth in the last 15 minutes of the movie speeches. Besides, disagreeing and arguing about prudential decisions in a marriage is not the same as wrecking a home. This selective misunderstanding is such a tired defensive routine. Okay.
We're doing Rekieta quick.
Hell yeah. All right. Is it in the rackets folder?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, they're doing the DSP segment. Ah, yes. Keto. Oh wait, hang on. Do we have the DSP segment? Yeah, we do have it up. We might skip through this one.
Now,
So the rumors came up. I don't know why, but there were rumors that Darkside Phil was gonna hire Nick Rekieta to represent him online against the trolls or the detractors or whatever.
Yes.
Now Darkside Phil heard these rumors and he immediately had to put them to rest.
yes.
Let's hear from the king himself as he just destroys Nicky Rackets.
I agree with them
I
100% on
funny,
this, by
so
the way.
Rackets, obviously, he's fallen, right? Now, here's DSP. Subtly, not even subtly, actually.
No, he
pure
just
on
utterly destroys him. He
felt-
just destroys him.
Felts him so
Yes.
bad. All right, here we go.
Yes.
I need
That money. I really do. I need that money.
I
But
need that
damn,
money. Let's get these 10
need a
subs.
bit of money.
Here we go.
Listen,
I really need that money. I really need that money.
I need that money.
Need that money. My money.
God, I love Phil. He's
That's-
such a piece of shit. There he is, the king.
The king. The king of hate.
On his throne.
His throne of dead air. He doesn't need to speak words or entertain. Don't worry, peasants. The king will provide the keynote. Look at him there. It looks like he just smelled like a nasty fart. You know?
No, guys, this clip is so funny. If you know Rekieta and what we've talked about, this may be some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. I laughed so hard.
It's so good. It's so good.
All right, Covenant Lazarus. Well, last night.
Phil knows nothing about Rekieta and wrecked him in a fraction of the time it would take me to do it. It's crazy how Phil is able to just cut through right to the real core issue of the problem.
Checked. I'm not seeking out legal counsel from anyone. I'm also not seeking out legal counsel from a YouTuber.
Oh.
Speaks down
No, I'm
to
practicing
his
attorney.
disdain. Don't you know that Phil is above a lawyer? He's a king. Oh, here we go. A YouTube lawyer.
Especially a YouTuber.
I would
Even
probably-
DSP knows better than Magnata. Oh, man.
Legal counsel from anyone. I'm also not seeking out legal counsel from a YouTuber. I would probably, if I actually was seeking out legal counsel from someone, I'd probably speak to a real lawyer.
Oh.
This is really
Bow down
Look at how excited PvP is. He knows. He knows he's about to watch Kino.
to the bow down to the king. The bald
Hail to the king.
Darkside Phil turns up his nose at you. No, I don't think so. I'll be having a real lawyer. Suffer, Rekieta.
Buddy,
Oh,
this-
it's so good.
This is
so
so
good.
funny, dude.
Not someone who uses a YouTuber. Just saying.
Look at this smile. Look at this.
The face he made. Look at that. The smugness.
Oh.
The superiority.
Oh.
He is my king. I would lay down
that's
my
an
life
emote.
for this
All right.
man.
All right, I'll make that an emote. I'll make that. Hang on, let me just.
I fucking
Yeah, that was amazing.
DSP. Apparently, May 1st is what the DSP detractors lovingly refer to as May Burst, a reference to the time that Darkside Phil masturbated on stream, showing only his face on camera as he.
Oh, it's about the game that got produced. Yeah.
Any
Okay.
issue using his real name to make fun of Rekieta. I don't think that Montegraph would give Rekieta money to make fun of him.
Okay. I don't think I care about this.
Shit about this person.
Okay. Oh, great. It's taken us this long to get to Steel Toe. Holy shit.
I'm finding out that I'm okay with a lot of shit. My attitude towards the internet is going to get people killed. I think eventually. Because
Hopefully
I've
not me.
Well, my attitude towards the internet has always been who gives a shit? People say this, people say that. Who gives a shit? I think recently I've said something like, I'll talk to this person, I'll talk to that person, I don't give a shit. And then people that I know are like, you can't fucking talk to that person. They've said terrible fucking things about me. I'm like, oh shit. And then you're like, God damn it, fuck, I fucked that up. Because I'm sitting here going, who cares? You know, like I don't give a shit about this person, that I think it's. I think I talked about it last night. Radio guy in me. The radio guy in me is like, who gives a shit? Like, what great numbers it would do radio wise if JJ and I ended up on the air together.
That would be funny.
And they were like, oh, well, you fucking buried JJ. You said terrible things about him. I don't give a shit. Or like, this person said terrible things about you. I don't fucking care. I always find that if someone says like horrible, horrific shit, like if I ever went on Melton's show, I would just be like, hey, how's it going? Let's, your show. What are we doing? Let's go. Like, I don't know. I just, but now I'm starting to learn that.
Oh, that's right. I can't believe I completely forgot. Like, Steel Toe made a video about me. I completely forgot. We'll have to like look it up because I do not have it up here. I completely forgot to
dude, my
react to it. Yeah, we'll do it tonight. Let's do it now.
Stuff is very much in the minority of how people handle things like
You're
that.
the exception, not the rule.
I completely forgot about that because I don't think about Steel Toe at all. I haven't even watched the clip yet, so I'll be doing it completely blind. Okay, so let's do a reaction to Steel Toe.
It makes me look like the bad guy sometimes. So
say hello to the bad guy.
So whoopsie daisy. I'm very sorry.
Why would anyone think you look like the bad guy?
I need to do a better job. Look, just because I own Inside the Third Reich by convicted war criminal Albert Speer, I don't think that means anything. Cassius says, did you really get into therapy for narcissism? If so, is it working? No, I mean, I'm in therapy, but that's just for mental health goodness. It's for being a better guy, being a better dad, being a better partner.
Wow. He's going to therapy. What a beta male. Holy shit. I'll go to therapy like my wife wants. That'll make her love me again. Like,
or all these things. Yes, of course. And am I a narcissist? I found out no. You know what I did find out? And I don't want to give out too much. I don't want to talk too much about it. But I found out I'm an ESP, HSP, high sensory person, extra sensory person. As I go through it, I'm finding out opposite of what I thought I was. Turns out I'm a giant bitch.
Oh, come on. You didn't have to take a test for us to figure that out, Aaron. Okay. Aaron got a 2 a.m. shower call from the Baldo. I wonder which friend Aaron has that tells him not to talk to people who have badmouthed them. This is a guy whose livelihood depends entirely on what people on the internet say about him, by the way. Aaron is staring at some kind of quarter demon, too. Notice he isn't looking directly into the camera, but he also isn't looking at the soft bobblehead sitting to his left. Dude on the right looks very uncomfortable. Okay, let's, Alyssa Clips. Damn it. Looks like she hasn't uploaded yet. Oh, no. Okay. Harmon Smith. Okay, should I react to this? I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm just kind of like, do I want to do it? I don't know.
All right.
Harmon Smith.
Harmon Smith. What's he got going on?
What?
Nintendo rejects Epic offer. Gaming community rejects. Anti-woke community failed to acknowledge Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, again, you have a problem.
I'm sick of people writing off Nintendo due to woke allegations. Rekieta retardation. No, nothing about me.
All right.
Yes, nothing about him.
Did he go live?
Yeah, did he do a live thing?
He didn't do a live thing.
Somebody sent me a link thing. So he said he's shitting on Steel Toe, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't go look for it, so
nope. He shit on Rekieta, and then he posted a bunch of Nintendo shit. All right, what did he say? I'm curious. I want to see this guy's commentary in the dark
on Rekieta.
Yeah,
Rekieta retardation. Man, I don't even want to watch it. This is too embarrassing for me. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. I just can't do it.
Says, how is it anti-Semitic to state a historical fact that Jews called for the crucifixion of Christ? Razorfist had a very silly take on this. I haven't seen Razorfist's take on this, but Jews did call for the crucifixion of Christ, and rightly so. That motherfucker was wrecking their shit. I would have killed his ass too. Because remember, evangelical Christians believe that God sent Jesus to die. How can we be mad at the Jews for doing that? I don't know what Razorfist take was, but that is a problem that I have with like the whole like even like God sent Jesus to die. I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, I think he sent Jesus to rule, like to become the king or whatever, and then we killed him because we're like, fuck you, God. Like, we're pretty cool. We kill this guy. And then he's like, no, I'll overpower that. I'll be resurrected. You can't kill me that hard. And then I'll fly up to heaven. Fuck you. And God's like, yeah, that made him the king or whatever. I was going to do that anyway, but you guys fucked that up. We could have done it quicker. Now you have to wait a long time and endure democracy or whatever. But like, I mean, the Jews were pissed off at this guy. They tried to kill him. Didn't work. But I don't like the notion that it's like, oh, well, God sent him to die. I'm like, well, that's kind of shitty. Like, hi, son. It's like, hey, Dad, what am I going to do today? You're going to go to Earth. Oh, that's cool. Like, for how long? I don't know, 33 years or whatever. What do I do then? Oh, you get fucking killed. Damn. That sounds not really fun, though. Like, am I going to be like godly? No, you're going to be a man, like a human. Like, you'll be God or whatever. It's going to hurt anyway. What are they going to do to me? I don't want to talk about it. I'm just going to, like, die. Like, I'm going to choke to death or whatever, like arsenic or something. It's going to take a minute. What do you mean? Have you heard of Rome? Well, I haven't invented it yet, but I'm gonna. And those assholes are, oh, no. Like, could you imagine the conversation? I don't think God did that. I think God gave us an opportunity. We fucked it up like we always do. Like I always do. Like, we always fucking ruin everything else. Like, well, why would we assume God did the bad thing just because we fucked it up? Well, the Jews did. Honestly. Use yeast. The bread tastes better. Anyway, so, like, but you can't be mad. You can kind of be mad at the Jews, but you can't be mad at the Jews if you assume God sent Jesus to die. Then well, God sent Jesus to die, and then the Jews killed him. Which one are you mad at, though? Well, God was a Jew too, I guess. Like, only one is Yahweh without any vowels. All right. My defense is obvious. It's always been obvious. It's not a secret. We're moving for summary judgment under Colorado anti-slap law. The summary judgment says there's no issue, no material issue, or no issue of material fact in dispute in the case. Therefore, we admit to everything for the purposes of this motion. We say the judge should rule in our favor. Well, that's admitting.
Yeah, this is more monograph stuff. I don't want to watch this.
Attorney Tom says Nick looks like he's addicted to Ozempic and sunscreen.
Yeah, but he looks really thin.
No, Attorney Tom, I'm just allergic to your new restaurant. Shorties. An Attorney Tom story. Must be below 4'8" to enter. Attorney Tom's restaurants would be like a reverse carnival ride, except with twice the degeneracy and half of the maintenance. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Who would do Ozempic or whatever? Ozempic? That's the thing that makes you like lose weight while you eat, right? Like, it's got really popular. Like, well, also it turns people into like zombies or something. I don't know. I always see a news story about it. I've seen it at like the pharmacy, I guess, when I'm stealing drugs from the homeless. But man, just don't eat. Like, just get busy or whatever, or poor. Either one. Why are there fat, poor people? Never mind. We're not doing this. Don't distract me, Attorney Tom. Unless you plan on stepping on me again.
Is she available, or has she always been available Rekieta style? I heard my lawyer, Nick Rekieta, got to see that up. You know he is my lawyer, right? That's not even a joke. But
is he legit your lawyer?
Yeah, yes. I actually have known Nick Rekieta since before he was YouTube famous.
He and I have talked about you. He did not mention that he was your lawyer.
Well, it's he can't do that without my permission. It's a confidentiality.
Of course.
I don't care. He's just trying to be a good strip mall lawyer and not a good blackface strip mall lawyer and not mention that. Have you seen his blackface work?
He's shown me the blackface work. I mean, you can't be upset about that, can you? I mean, it's blackface.
I'm not upset about. No. Here, I'm the person who released that into the wild.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah. So before anybody knew who he was, I found that photo in his MySpace, which I'm sure he thought was deleted. And I put that out there, and he was really, really mad about it.
I'll tell you this. He doesn't seem mad about it now.
No, not now.
He
Now
embraces it.
somehow he seems okay with it. Is he doing okay, by the way? 'Cause he looks like shit.
He seems fine.
He's like gaunt. His eyes are bugging out.
I think he's lost too much weight, but I think, like, dude,
is it the alcohol or is it a disease?
No. He's got 5 kids. They're fucking running around all the time over there.
I'm not, and I'm saying this as a friend. I like Nick. He looks like he contracted a sexually transmitted disease that is wasting away at him now.
No. He's honestly,
because we know what he and his wife go do at the Sandals Resort, and they go to hedonism too.
Come on.
They do. That's open. They know. They admit that.
I know, but I'm saying, like, he didn't contract.
No. Okay, I was lying. Now you're saying you know.
I'm not saying you're lying.
You just revealed that about your friend Nick. I was lying when I said that.
I said he's.
You said I
Jesse.
know.
Jesse, you're gonna become a weekly fucking guest. You keep this up. The STD thing. I said no.
Oh, STD. No, wait. I didn't. But you didn't say no. You said I know.
No, I said no. Don't you get
roll
me
back the tape, guys? Chat. Did he say I know or did he say no?
I will say this.
Yeah, these are supposed to be professional podcasters, guys. Come on,
Jesse.
Because I'm getting audio piped in from somewhere else as well.
April, get off the goddamn phone. I will say this about Nick. He's a very busy guy. He's got 5 fucking kids. He does a great fucking job with his family and all that stuff. And I can't imagine, like, the stress.
He's a great guy, yeah.
The fucking stress of handling that day to day, I can't imagine. So,
what did you guys do after the hot tub when you guys were tubbing together?
Oh, just all sucking and fucking and all kinds of feet and arms everywhere.
Would you ever do that? Have you ever done swapping? Have you ever done a swap shop?
That's tough, man. That's a tough one. That's like, because then you're getting into, like, this is your person, you know? And you got to share your. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. To like.
What would the price be? Like, if I wanted, let's say I wanted.
Wow.
No, I'm talking about me getting to fuck somebody else. I'm not talking.
I'm talking about me getting one night.
No.
No, he doesn't deny it. What a piece of shit! Holy crap! Yeah, I hate Aaron.
Read it. I don't go look at it, and it's not because I don't want to see bad shit about myself. I mean, I edit my what do you call, not edit, curate. I curate the comment section of my own channel. I see people say horrible shit about me every day.
Yeah.
But I don't. I know if I start reading, I'll never stop, and I'll just go, "Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny." Or sometimes, "Oh, that's right on the fucking nose. Holy shit! How do they know that?" That's right. Wild, man. That's pretty good. So I have a friend who's been jumping back and forth. They're obsessed with 2 things.
Yeah.
The steel toe hate Reddit.
Okay.
And the things they come up with there. And they like to report those things to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to report on, they're obsessed with, we became friends with the Rekietas, and now they're obsessed with Kiwi Farms and their hatred and contempt they have for Nick.
Oh, okay.
So now I get reports because I guess my name comes up a lot when they're shitting on Nick. And they're like, "Did you see this clip of Steel Toe making fun of Nick for missing the speeding ticket thing?" And I'm like, how is missing the speeding ticket thing not objectively fucking hilarious? Like, who wouldn't make fun of a friend of theirs like, I have another friend who's a lawyer.
Uh-huh.
And if he missed a fucking court date for something, I'd.
When you were disappointed with the quality in what you got from Denny's, were you confused about what you ordered? Like, I thought I was ordering something good. Turns out I was ordering Slayton bullshit.
Are you sure that you're still not having a fever dream?
Oh, no. Wow. So is this like the origin story of the Joker? Like the real origin story, not that bullshit like 2019 like 2019 version, like the real origin story of the Joker. You know, Nick Rekieta just is physically incapable of getting people to laugh, so he turns to a life of crime. That's kind of my yeah, that's my plot for Joker 2. Like, okay. Wow, what a mess. You know, every time I watch this, it just gets more and more embarrassing. It is just absurd. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to call it quits. I'm pretty tired. Let's see, I guess we can look at Alyssa, see if she's uploaded anything. Yeah, she hasn't. Shit. All right, well, apparently she's uploading more clips now. Apparently, if the chat is to be believed. So, yeah, we're gonna have to. I might have to come back later, or maybe do like a Rekieta retardation to do like the updates. Because if the thing I was told was true, that's actually kind of a big deal. So I would want to cover that. But as it stands right now, I guess we can go a little bit further back and see if anything more interesting. I wish I could bring myself to react to the Harmon Smith thing, but I don't know. The fact that like someone sent it to him, that's just weird to me. I wonder who sent it. Do we know? But yeah, date with Mersh. I guess we could check Kiwi Farms thread. Hmm. Yes, let's see. I can't believe this man who cheated on his pregnant wife with me turned out to be a loser. Ah, the female mind. You can spend years reading theories and trying to figure it out, and they will still manage to surprise you. Aren't they so funny and weird? Mm. Oh, yeah. Rekieta is okay. Kiwi Farms, yeah, their autism is actually going to explain the Book of Esther. Oh man, we're actually going to learn about the Bible today, boy. Oh man, Bible study with Harmon Smith. Oh, this is going to be great. Yeah, that didn't even cross my mind that Kiwi Farms might have already got onto the Bible thing. They've been way more into this than I have. I bet like PPP will have a lot of things to say about this too. The story of Esther is about 4 pages, and he still managed to get most of it wrong. If you sat down and who we should we read it on stream? Like, hang on, let me shut this down. Is there a Bible.com? I don't even know Bible.com. Esther. What? The Book of Esther? I can't believe. Well, I guess we'll have to just take Kiwi Farm's word for it. He watches and reads everything about himself and Rekieta. Wait, who? Are we talking about Steel Toe? The story of Esther is about 4 pages, and he still manages to get most of it wrong. If you sat down and who we'd where he was wrong, he would probably say that he got most of it right, or added some comedy for the show, or God would have made it better, but he didn't have a creative writing degree. Oh, that's hilarious. There should have been more ninja sex robots. Nick doesn't understand that when you are not funny or when you are disliked, no one gives you the benefit of the doubt. If you tell people you abuse cats and no one laughs, they think it is true. Yes, he thought Job was hilarious and had a very irrelevant take on it as well. Irreverent. It is incredible how much he gets wrong and still has the gall to posture as some authority. He has attended Jewish feasts hosted by the local church, and that tells me that they are as mad as he is, or that they are very steeped in religious tradition. And Nick just ignores all the teaching that would tell him he is wrong. Let's see. Yes, Aaron. Okay. Did I see Nick getting dunked on by DSP? Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, it's hilarious. Oh, I didn't react to the whole thing live. I guess we could do that. Let's see. DSP Rekieta.
Well, last.
Yeah, I uploaded this clip myself, but we're watching Alyssa because Alyssa is just a better clipper than I am. Let's see. His obsession with the story of Esther is unhinged. He brings up Emmett Till in reference to Haman planning to lynch Mordecai. He calls him Malachi. He sexualizes Esther and the things she goes through. I can understand why his church excommunicated him. It's not just that he doesn't hold the beliefs, but he has no respect for any of the stories or morals of the Bible. He also sucks as a comedian. The funniest books are Minor Judges and the story of Jonah and the whale and the pumpkin. Let's see. This would line up well with the theory that she is now trying to dump Aaron for Rekieta. He does have the luxury mansion and trust fund after all, so it'd probably be a big step up from wherever Aaron has going for himself. I feel like having Vic or Tybeard in the Damn It Nick shirt when Nick says you were lost lawsuit is the only thing that could make this better. It's great though. Yeah, I'm interested in the Esther thing specifically. Nick got almost all of the story of the Passion and Esther wrong. It would be easier to explain what he got right rather than wrong. Names, the death of Christ, crown of thorns, an edict for genocide, a thwarted assassination, gallows, and a plea for mercy. That is about it. Nick's hearsay canon is shaping up nicely. Like, I want Nick to like rewrite the Bible and like just try to give his version of it, because you have to like wonder just how deranged and unhinged it'll be. Like that should be the focus of his show going forward. Like Nick Rekieta's whole like unholy Bible of Baldo and just he's preparing for the obviously everything I say is random bullshit defense. Let's see. Let's see. He has a 9-year-old's understanding of Christianity mixed with a 15-year-old's atheist phase and the English degree of someone who wasted their college experience. He reminds me of YouTube atheists bring up Alicia getting saved from lunchtime roadies by bears. Nick is nowhere near as smart as he thinks he is. It says anywhere, but what is with these Kiwi farmers and their inability to write? His education as a lawyer saved him from sounding like a total retard. Sometimes Nick is not intelligent. He's educated, and I don't think he ever saw great value in his education. Let's see. I caught some of the steel toe stuff watching Alyssa clips. And while I had the idea in my head, your explanation is a strong reinforcement. This dude is an offshoot of Darkside Phil, and I originally learned of him because he tried to get on Grifting to cover DSP, literally doing, we're going to shake the can and we'll keep going type thing. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's the steel toe thing. Yeah, they covered DSP. Yeah, I'm really curious. I'd really want to see like a deep dive in the whole Esther thing. Everyone says it's wrong, which is about what I figured, but yeah, let's go back to our guy DSP. Are we gonna watch the whole thing? We might as well because it's hilarious.
Last I checked, I'm not seeking out legal counsel from anyone. I'm also not seeking out legal counsel from a YouTuber. I would probably, if I actually was seeking out legal counsel from someone, I'd probably speak to a real lawyer, not someone who uses a YouTuber. Just saying. There's a little difference between someone
What a
who
Chad.
their full-time job is practicing law. And
You just
winning
know
cases
he fucked
versus
Cat after
someone's
this.
full-time job is making YouTube videos. There's a little difference there.
You didn't have to use a Baldo either.
Yeah, I don't even know. I honestly, have no idea what you're talking about. It sounds like you're trying to get drama stirred up. I don't know what you're talking about, nor do I care. None of that. If you've heard anything, it's completely untrue. I'm not involved in any legal battles or anything like that. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. So I think you got to stop listening to the wrong people. Now, you did a super chat saying Nick Rekieta is a lawyer. Nick Rekieta is a YouTuber. He is a YouTuber. His full-time job is making YouTube videos. Yes, they might have a legal nature, but he's a YouTuber and a streamer. He doesn't sit there at a law firm working all day. What are you talking about? Oh my God. People who are real lawyers actually sit there doing law all day because that's their job. They don't sit there making YouTube videos and streaming. I hate to tell you this. You're sorely mistaken. I swear what it is that people are just like, they really are just gullible people. Okay? Like serious gullibility, right? I'm not saying that Nick is not a lawyer. I'm saying he's not a lawyer in the sense that he's not sitting there practicing law all day. He's a YouTuber. He just sits there making videos and streams. That's his job. It's okay to admit that. Now, he could be qualified to be a lawyer, but he is not. He's not a lawyer. That'd be like saying, I'm a doctor because I have the actual qualifications to be a doctor. Oh, by the way, I just sit here and play video games all day. Am I a doctor? No, not really. I mean, I could be if I wanted to be, but I'm not. I'm not an active doctor. He's not an active lawyer. He just makes videos. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not down-talking him. I'm saying, you're like saying like he's some great, oh my God. No, you know what lawyers do? They practice law all day in their office and in court. They're busy. They can't make YouTube videos or streams because they're busy.
He's not wrong about this. He's 100% right. What a Chad.
Doing law and making money doing it. They don't have time for that shit. Oh my God. Covenant Lazarus, please just keep super chatting nonsense, and I'm just not going to read it anymore, but please by all means keep super chatting. I don't even know why you made this into an argument. There is no argument. Nick is a YouTuber and a streamer. That is his job. That is his occupation. It doesn't matter what you say. That is his occupation. You are being very silly. No, you didn't try to help. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If ever I had a reason to seek legal counsel, I would seek real legal counsel off of someone who is a YouTuber. Do you understand? The person who I would go to for help would not be a YouTuber. I would go find a real lawyer who practices all day, every day, and knows the ins and outs of law and would know what to do. I would not go to a YouTuber. I know, it's like, exactly. It's like talking to the wall.
DSP technically has more legal experience than Rekieta does, by the way, because he actually got the desirable outcome in his bankruptcy case, and he finished Ace Attorney. So that's like two things he has over Rekieta.
How these people are, like, they become like these super fans of something, and then they just become like ultra defensive about stuff. Like, you understand, I'm not insulting Nick in any way, shape, or form. He has a very successful following.
Notice how he's not even going into the lore. Like, notice how he's not talking about the Baldo or anything. No, he's like he's talking about the real issue is that like Nick doesn't practice law. Like, this is what this all boils down to. Like, he's basically destroying all of LawTube with this. Is that like the core issue with LawTube? And I've been saying this too. Like, these people aren't lawyers. They don't go to trial. They don't help people. They don't do anything.
As a YouTuber and a streamer discussing things of law. There's nothing wrong with that. That's to be commended and respectable, correct? But he's not a lawyer. He's not a practicing lawyer. He's not sitting there in court doing court cases. He's not working in his office doing law. He's a YouTuber and a streamer. How do you not understand that? And what is wrong with even saying that? Why are you so defensive about that? Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if I needed help with legal stuff, the last person I would go to is someone who sits on YouTube on a stream all day. I would go to a lawyer who's an active practicing lawyer who does it all day, every day, because this is their forte, right? Like, why would I go to someone who's a YouTuber? It doesn't make any fucking sense what you're saying. What's up, guys, or shall we adjourn? I don't even know where the conversation came from, because the guy, literally, he started his conversation saying something like, so I was talking to Nick Rekieta, and it says, if you need legal help, he'll do it pro bono. Who needs legal help? There's no legal help needed for anything. There's nothing going on. What are you even talking about? Sounds like you went and had a conversation that has nothing to do with anything. Someone was talking drama, and you went over there to talk to someone else about it. Like, what are you even speaking of? I don't even know, and I don't care. Keep me out of your shit. I don't care about your nonsense.
What a Chad. What an absolute unit. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think that'll be it for now. Yeah, I'd like to go longer, but I'm exhausted. I've been up since like, well, not that long. Well, I took a nap around 6, 5 to 6 or something. Uh, yeah, when did I last nap? It's been a while. I can kind of I feel like I'm ready to go to bed though. Yeah, I'm not gonna get my cake today. Fuck. Well, I could do it on Monday, but it's not. Why wasn't it open when I was available? Again, I've been wanting to get one of these cakes for years, and I've just never gotten around to it. Like this is like I wanted a cake when I finished Jaw of the Dragon, and I believe I also wanted one for Lauren Frey. I don't think I've gotten one since like maybe since I had the Dragon came out. Like it's been years because I just haven't had the time to do it. But anyway, yeah, be sure to pre-order my books. American Evil is launching in October, so yeah, please, stay tuned to that, and I'll be continuing to make more live streams about Nick Rekieta. I'm curious as to what Alyssa is going to say about him going forward.